This is the Luna Ring Gen 1. It's a sleek, minimalist smart ring that quietly tracks your sleep, heart rate, recovery, and more. It's your 24/7 health companion right on your finger. What's up? I'm Royce, and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things film and tech related. And today I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm not talking about some editing software or camera or gear. I'm talking about a ring. This is the Luna Ring that I have on here, and I've been using it for the past month, and it's been a very big piece in how I've been tracking a lot of my health data recently, specifically my sleeping habits and how terrible it is, and offering some ways to improve on that. And I want to share this with you guys from the perspective of being a content creator and running my own video production company, and how being aware of all that health stuff is actually very important, because a lot of us are out in the field recording, doing a whole bunch of stuff, and health is literally the last thing any of us are thinking about. But before I get into all that, I do want to disclose that Luna Ring did send this over for me to review, but rest assured they had no input on this video. They're seeing it the exact same time you guys are seeing it as it's going live, which means all my thoughts and opinions are 100% my own. So now let's go back to being content creators, filmmakers, whatever, people with cameras. Most of us are on the go a lot, so that means a lot of traveling, a lot of late night edits, and let's be honest, sleep is the one thing that usually takes a huge backseat to everything else that we're doing. And this is where the Luna Ring comes in and how it's really helped me put more of a focus on those types of things. Now, before I even got the ring, they sent over a sizing kit that came with a bunch of dummy rings of different sizes, so I can actually figure out what my ring size would be. Then when I locked that in, that's when they placed the order and sent me the official ring. And when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised with the premium boxing. It just looked really cool. Opening up really felt like an experience. It even had like another little small compartment in there for the other accessories, the cables, the charger. So it really felt like I was receiving this nice premium product. Now for the design of the ring itself, it's really nice, sleek, very minimalistic. It's a ring, right? It doesn't have to be too complicated. The most interesting thing about the ring is on the inside, you'll see all these like circuitries and sensors. And this is how it gets all of the health data. And when it's actually active, you'll see like a green light kind of flashing. Looks pretty cool. What you want to do is you want to keep all those sensors at the bottom of your finger. And the way you can actually tell that it's always at the bottom, there's a little bump or indent at the top, which lets you know that that's the side that should be facing up, that keeps those sensors at the bottom. And the ring comes with a bunch of different colors. I wanted black, but unfortunately that was unavailable when they sent the ring over to me, but I really like the silver. And they sent over a gold one as well for all my gold peeps. I feel like it does get a little smudged with fingerprints. It wipes off pretty easily. As far as durability, I've bang this thing on a bunch of different stuff. The silver one right now, there are a few little scratches that you can't really see until you like get really close to it, but that was the only part where I was like, so it kind of scratches a little easily, but nothing too noticeable from far away. And even though it's got all this cool tech inside here, what I was actually surprised was with the weight. It's actually very, very light, which is nice because once it's on my finger, it kind of disappears. I forget it's there. And once the ring's on your finger, it tracks and syncs all that data to the Luna Ring companion app. And this is where all the magic happens. This is where you get all your health information laid out in a really nice, minimalistic, colorful, but not too bright and flashy of a design. And at the very top, you're presented with some helpful health information, like your readiness score, which pretty much rates how ready you are for the day based on how well you slept the night before. And my scores tend to be pretty low most of the time, because when I tend to wake up getting my son ready for school, I feel exhausted. So it's actually interesting to see how that lower numbers that I usually get actually reflects how I feel. And those days where I get those higher numbers, at the same time, I do feel better that I did get a good night's sleep. So there's definitely a method to that madness there. They also give you an activity score, which is based off of your exercise and what you're doing, your steps, your active calories. It can also track things like your stress levels, your heart rate, and daily goals like your steps and keeping hydrated, which you can turn the notifications on to keep you accountable throughout the day. And at the bottom of the app, you have your tabs. The sleep tab holds all the information that the ring has accumulated from your sleep habits. And you can go through and see how you're doing on that day or throughout the week, or how long you've worn the ring, and see your sleep patterns and everything. So for example, this Monday, my sleep score was 57. Sleep I needed was 7 hours and 41 minutes. I actually only got 4 hours and 19 minutes. And then down here, sleep contributors, you can see my REM sleep was only an hour. My deep sleep was 54 minutes. My efficiency was 98%. Well, I guess that's good. So really nice and detailed. And then they have what's called Luna AI, which you can go in and it'll give you a little bit more of a deep dive into your own personal habits on here. So in this process, mixed with my day-to-day filming, I've been trying to see if I can actually benefit from having this information. As you've noticed, yes, I do have an Apple Watch, which can track your sleep. But for those who have Apple Watches, we ain't doing that. No. Because if I do, I'll get some useful information, but then my watch is dead in the morning. And then what's the point? What are we doing? Now I got to charge my watch in the morning before I get my day started. And usually when I tend to do that, I'm now forgetting it on the charger. Now I'm going and I don't even have the watch on me and everything's wasted. So this actually ended up being a nice combo, having my Apple Watch, which I use to track more of my workouts, which then sync to the Luna Ring app as well. And then my Luna Ring for the more common day-to-day health stuff. Can track your workouts with the ring, but I personally don't think it's as detailed versus using an Apple Watch and how all that's set up. You know, you have your own workouts that you can put on here. This is more of just a reactionary thing based off of a workout that you do. It'll track your calories and everything, but it's not something where you can like start a specific workout like you can with the Apple Watch or other fitness watches out there. And I would say that's probably a big thing about this overall. This is a very passive device in a sense that you put it on your finger, you go about your day, and you don't really have to think about much else. And going back to the app down at the bottom, the other tabs, you have your readiness tab, which gives you more details about that score and how ready you are for the day and why you might be feeling sluggish. And same with the activity app. If you are working out, you're tracking it with your watch, that will all be reflected here, and you can see your calories burned, your overall activity score. And then the last one being Luna AI, where, like I said, you can dive in, ask some more personal questions about everything that you're seeing in the app, and then it'll give recommendations on how things can improve for you. And as far as battery life goes, I believe it can last about 4 to 5 days. I haven't actually tested that because even though I'm wearing it throughout the day, I tend to charge it when I'm taking a shower. So it's pretty much has a full charge every single time I'm wearing it. But there have been times where I forgot to charge it like a day or two and it still was running completely fine. So I wouldn't personally doubt that those numbers wouldn't be right. Now let's get into why I actually feel like this is a good companion for content creators and filmmakers. Like I said, I run my own video production company and I usually tend to shoot a lot of events for clients, promo videos for businesses, or like recently last week where I went to St. Martin to shoot a music festival. And I was excited obviously to shoot the festival, but also to really see how this can help me because now I'm on an island. I know it's going to be hot down there. It's a festival with a lot of events happening. So I'm running back and forth between a lot of different places. And I know I'm going to be out super late and I got to be up early to do it again because the festival was a couple of days. And one of the things that it offers, which I thought was really cool, was it suggested if you're only sleeping 4 hours, try to find at least an hour of time to take a quick nap, to wind down, do some breathing exercises that can help get that energy back. And I really appreciated that. And I put it into practice while I was filming that festival. And I honestly felt like it played a big role in me not getting burnt out. And putting on a hydration reminder really made sure that I got the necessary water that I needed. And again, yeah, that is something you could do with your Apple Watch, but now that's a separate app you now have to download on your Apple Watch because it's not built in, at least yet, the time of making this video. So you got to find a third-party app that will then allow you to get those notifications. And a lot of these apps, they could have changed now, but a lot of the apps in my experiences, you usually got to pay for, which gets to the next part that I really love about the Luna app. It is completely free. There's no subscription or anything that you have to pay to use this app. And I just absolutely love that because we're in an age where you can buy full price for something, but then it's like, oh, but if you want to upkeep it, here's a subscription to keep going. So from that experience shooting this festival and just other projects that I've done, I've been really impressed with this idea of having this ring focus more on your personal health and how ways you can improve it, even given your situation and knowing that certain things just can't be adjusted, how you can still improve or how you can still get some of that energy back. And I think that's just really important for me and you guys out there who are also shooting a whole bunch of stuff out all throughout the day and night, and you don't really have time to think about your health. So now let me review, break it down, pros and cons, and if I actually think this is worth it for you guys to get. First with the pros, I love how it looks. It's lightweight. You put it on, you forget that it's there, but you know that it's tracking all the important information that you need. The hydration reminders are key, and the sleep tracking is the bread and butter. It's been a huge game changer for me. And now the cons, if you are someone who does appreciate that more detailed workout fitness type of tracking, you're not going to find that here. You'll keep track of the calories, like I said, but for that type of more detailed stuff, you will need an Apple Watch or other fitness watch or tracker. And for the app, as cool and detailed as it is, I wish there was some auto syncing function to it. Right now, you have to actually go in the app every morning, which is what I do. So I just made it a habit of opening the app, and then that will trigger the sync versus the Ring just syncing to the phone throughout the day on its own. So yeah, I just wish it would just handle that automatically without me having to open the app every time. And another reason why I wouldn't use this as a dedicated fitness tracker anyway, even if it did have those features, like I said, I feel like it scratches a little too easily. So if I'm, lifting dumbbells, if it's bumping up against a lot of different things, I feel like it's just gonna get all scratched up, and it's just not going to last that well over time. And also this charger here, they had to send me a new one because the first one that I had, it just died on me. Just the overall way it works, at least for this Gen 1 version, it's actually really hard to charge this thing sometimes. There's a little dot marker that indicates how you should put the Ring on to charge, but for whatever reason, I just feel like I can't get it to fit all the way, and then I'm turning it around trying to figure it out, and I just can't quite find the grooves to get it on here, and you have to be precise on how the Ring sits on here for it to charge. I feel like this is the worst part of the Ring, is the charger. So is it actually worth it? I would say so, because for me, being a family guy and working, I'm very serious about my health and ways I can improve, but I also know my schedule's chaotic and I can't control everything. So things like this, I feel like make that type of stuff a lot easier and takes a lot of the guessing work out of it. So if you're in a similar state, or just somebody who's just curious about keeping up with your day-to-day health, definitely recommend. Would I recommend getting it over an Apple Watch or some other fitness watch or device? That is more of a personal preference. Like I said, I feel like I would still need both because I heavily rely on my watch for the more in-depth workout features and the notifications. Like, I need to be able to see if someone's texting me or calling me, because you don't always feel your phone or hear your phone when it's ringing. And when I'm out filming and shooting, if my wife needs to text me something about the kids, I know I can at least just do this, see the text, and if it's something I need to respond to right then and there, I will. Or if I can wait on it, I'll wait until I'm done filming. But if you don't care about that, just having the Ring itself, I think, should be enough. So overall, the Luna Ring Gen 1 is a powerful, discrete tool for understanding your body's recovery, especially for those of us in demanding creative fields. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution for every fitness need, but for deep sleep insights and a general understanding of your daily readiness, it's absolutely awesome. For any creator looking to get a better handle on their well-being, I think it's a great investment. Now, before you go off and be like, all right, it's time, I'm gonna click that link and I'm gonna get that Ring. Slight twist in the video. At this point, Luna Ring's actually done selling the Gen 1 version of this Ring, and they're actually working on releasing the second generation of the Ring that should be coming out pretty soon. And just from the preview images that I've seen, the Ring looks like it's gonna look even cooler. The charger looks awesome, and it's just gonna be a dope upgrade all across the board. So if you're curious to learn more about the Luna Ring 2, you wanna track its progress, or if you just wanna learn more about the company, go ahead and hit the link in my description. And if Luna Ring decides they wanna send me Gen 2, I wouldn't be mad at them. I'll do another test, let you guys know what I think. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If so, please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Drop down your comments below what you guys think of the Luna Ring and just this idea of health tracking as creators, if that's important to you guys. I mean, it should be important to us, but if it's something you've ever thought about before, let me know what you guys think. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later.